Why would you use email for your most important engagement, which is managing the tasks that you got to get done? Like, this is the most important thing in your business, is making sure that you operate efficiently. Why would you have those things clustered in an email environment? It doesn't make any logical sense. So if you're doing that, stop. Stop. Please, today. I am Antoine Davis, managing partner at Fourth Park. We are a branding and marketing agency. We specialize in helping companies and brands better align their branding, marketing, design, and media efforts. Sitting here talking to
Dekeldra Dismuke, account manager here at Fourth Park. And I'm excited to be on set today. It's my first time.
Right. Woo. We're doing something a little different.
Today. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be awesome. I'm excited for the topic today because we get to talk about, something that I love using.
Right. So we're gonna be discussing this whole concept of project management. For those of you who don't know, I brought Dekeldra on. He's been working how long? For about a year,
I think March is we rolling up on a year in March. So
right.
It's gonna be lit.
Right.
Yeah. 1 year anniversary, baby.
Yeah.
And I got 4 promotions.
Right. It's been a good day. So he came on as project manager here at Fourth Park, and it's been great ever since. Now you're doing account management. We brought on another project manager of ours. Team is growing. But this whole thing around project management is something that before you even involved, I have been doing project management for damn near 10 years, running this whole agency myself as project manager. And I knew from the onset, like I know a lot of people out here that claim to do project management. You can try your best to do project management if you want via email and text messaging. But if you don't have the right set of tools in place to set up and manage what you got going on, it's only a matter of time before things fall out of whack.
Because let me tell you, if you didn't have what you had in place, I probably would have quit on your ass.
Right.
I don't know how the hell.
Right.
This is crazy. It definitely, because you had what you had, it took a lot. Like, it wasn't as stressful as I know you thought that it was about gonna be. You was like,
because I don't know how people gonna take it.
Right. I don't know if I'm gonna throw this young man in this just sea of just work.
Right.
But the fact that you had what you had set up.
Right.
No, it made it that much, like 10 times easier. And it was easy. And it takes a little learning curve, but once you, do it a couple of times, it's very, very easy. It was very easy for me to project manage with what we had in place, the system that we had in place or whatnot.
Yeah, because we work a lot with a different kind of clients, and every client that we bring in, some clients can be just an individual needing some service. We've worked with people where we've dealt with entire teams, and we've had to bring in like 5, 10, 15 people into a tool. Imagine trying to run a project with 5 or 10 people via email. And we had a client recently when we were doing this. We were running everything in email, and it was the craziest shit in the world. Like, every day you wake up and there's 10 emails from 5 different points of contacts trying to figure out what's going on. And then
2 new people that you ain't met.
Then you ain't even met, like, who is this? Who is Jessica? When did she get in the project? And then she emailing you because she need 5 things that she need by tomorrow. And then so what happens is you get thrown into an email thread that's like 10 days deep. You weren't involved. And then now they need to know something about something from you. So now Jessica has hit you up and you didn't even know she was even a part of the project. And you got to go back down into this thread to figure out what the hell she talking about. And that has caused all of this time drain. It's made your day highly inefficient. And before you know it, you didn't even do what you had planned to do for the day. Because when you wake up, you woken up into all of these different
hundreds and thousands of emails.
Of tasks and emails. Right. So I hate emails vehemently. If you want to work with us at Fourth Park, just let you know, we are not working with you in no emails. Like, I draw on my line. I hate emails, brother. I have dealt with emails for so many years, and it has been, it's been horrible. So project management, I'm trying to tell you what I know for sure. We've set up a structure around project management that I think rivals companies that do project management. And we're just a marketing branding agency, but we've set up a project management infrastructure internally so well that some of our clients have even asked us to just project manage their stuff.
Right.
Like we find ourselves having to project manage their things. So I'm like, we might even list that as a service because we do it so
we
good.
do. We really do. We really
offer it.
do. So you want to talk about some of the tools? I guess we can talk about some of the tools we definitely use. Like my favorite, which we've been talking about the whole time. I know we've been very ambiguous about it.
Right.
But Podio.
Right.
Podio is just one of many. What happened? It's a whole bunch of different tools that you can use. It's like the top 3 that we know for sure. Top 2 is definitely Wrike, Podio, and there's one more that I think that's out there. Like it starts with an S. What's the name of that thing?
There is.
Our girl at whatchamacallit used it at Accolade. What we was in?
I know there's Trello. There's Asana.
I think Asana is what I was thinking about.
Asana
is what I was thinking about. So yeah, those are just like off the top, like major project management tools that are used, but we utilize Podio. And in Podio, like we have like a whole ecosystem set up to where we take our clients, we put our clients in there, we have our team, and we have our team in a section. So where with me, I'm account manager now, so I mostly front face with the client. So anytime the clients need anything, hey, the Keldrick, how's the project going? We have these updates, I was like, okay, everything is right there in their world inside of Podio. I take that, whatever they need me to do, any updates, I bring it over here to our creative team. I let them know. They updates, whatever it is, they bring it right back to me, and I get it right back to them. And guess what? Everything that we talked about is right there in that one ecosystem and thread of comments that we have. It's not 15,000, 100 emails, touch points, and people that we don't know. And and that way, if they're introducing somebody new, they have to let us know about it because we have to add them to the ecosystem. So it kills that pop-up of just random people coming out of nowhere that you don't even know. And it makes them put everything up front as well. So we pretty much know whom we're working with, point of contact, all that. There's not Jan from accounting and Jonathan from design and everybody trying to chime in and put in different stuff. It's very streamlined, and that's like the beauty of it. And that's why I feel like I was able to come in for a part within it. It's only been a year's time, easily. Like I can show you Podio like the back of my hand. I'll be ready to introduce people in the Podio.
Yeah, it's a really dope tool. I know a lot of people also use Slack. That was the one that you were talking about.
That's the one actually
that
I was
they were
talking
using.
about, Slack. Mm-hmm.
Slack is more of like a text messaging chat tool. There's so many different tools out here. You got Monday.com. There's all kinds of things that people use, and they all have different features and components that are great. Like it's great to have a chat component where you can actually communicate back and forth to people. It's actually great to have a place you can store and upload files. It's great to have a way where you can actually like assign tasks and set deadlines. There's all these different things that matter inside of what you're using to project manage. And I want to say this too. So as an agency, we use Podio. We've been using Podio for damn near the entire time. At least I know 7 more plus years, and this is our 11th year of operation. And so with Podio, there's just certain things that I've been able to pull out of this particular tool that has made us structure everything we do a certain kind of way. And so you have all these other tools that people will use and they're set up. And well, for one thing, you think of project management as like, okay, I need to use project management if I'm running some type of service-based business, or if I'm running if I'm working with clients. Project management is important for you internally, even with your own team. You might just be working with you, and you might have an assistant. It might just be you and assistant, and you're an author writing a book. You don't have to necessarily be running some big operation, working with clients. It could just be you, and you need to handle tasks for yourself. Project management is helpful for just you as an entrepreneur. By yourself, stay more organized, because I know what it's like. Before I was even using this, I was using like the notes I was using Evernote. I was trying to project manage myself inside of Evernote. And it worked for a little while, but after a while, you got all these notes and you can't upload large files. It just wasn't robust enough. So when I made the pivot over to Podio, it wasn't just because I was doing it for clients. I wanted to have a structure that I could use that will help me stay organized, that will help my team stay organized, and then we can manage any outside parties like clients that come in. And so with something like Podio, one of the things that I love that we set up is there's a certain type of workflow that we use where it doesn't matter what type of project comes in, we move all projects into this same kind of flow. It's all projects start out in a to-do column.
Yep.
They get assigned to who's ever working on the project, and inside of that project is all the details about that project. Podio even has it that inside of the project, you can comment and talk to whoever is in the project.
Yep.
So everybody's talking back and forth in that project. It stays isolated and controlled. So if I need to go back and check history, I can go back and scroll through the comments and see. If I need to look at whatever files have been uploaded, I can look in the file section and see all the files. So there's
And
no...
if somebody messes up in the project, we
Right.
can also revert the changes back. So
Right.
inside where we have all the details and listed out, like, hey, this is what you need to do for this project. If something gets moved or erased
Right.
or something like that, it's a back, it's an undo button.
It's an undo, yeah.
I recently
Yeah.
just had to do that with K1. He forgot to clone the project,
Right.
and he was, because I was looking at it, and when I went into the project, I seen that the comments and stuff was still there. I was like, oh no, this is a project. I see what he did.
Yeah.
He forgot to clone it. So I was like, hey, K1, I'm gonna go ahead and clone what you did, because he had already mapped out the new assignment. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and clone this. When we cloned that, when I was still able to go back and revert that
Right.
original project back to what it was.
Right, yeah.
So like that's a beautiful
Yeah.
feature right there, because woo.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. And I mean, imagine going through, and I'm sure if you watching this, you've had this experience, especially if you're in the service business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a freelancer, if you're any type of creative professional and you work with clients. If you don't have a project management tool, I'm sure you've had plenty of days and moments where you were supposed to do something and you missed a deadline, or something was said somewhere in an email thread from last week that you didn't see, and then all of a sudden the client's mad at you because you've dropped the ball, missed the deadline, the last edit you didn't get. You got the other 17 edits, but you didn't get that last edit, and that last edit was the one thing they really wanted, and you didn't do that, and you submitted it over, now they're upset because you're trying to figure out where I'm at in email. I've had clients who, they want to work in email land, as we'll give, like, okay, go ahead and try it. And then next thing you know, you get a project and they're like, well, go look, where was that at? What day was that sent? I said, this is why this doesn't work. We had one client that we worked with, it was a TV network, and they for a while would just not move over into a project management system.
And they had their own project management system though, right?
Now, this was before they had that. This was actually before they had it. It was all happening inside of email, and it was just communication back and forth via email. And it was just, and then we'd be on meetings, and they would be in the call like, well, wait a minute, let me go back and see, where was that? What date, Ron? What day was that sent over? And we spending time in the meeting waiting on this person to figure out where the email was at, when they said what they said, and it gets lost. And a lot of times, here's why email management is such an outdated and archaic tool, because emails is where all of the shit that comes into your world typically comes. Like, you're getting emails. A lot of times people are getting, they have a catch-all email account. This is your email that you taking business information, and you getting emails from Target, and your mama sending you something, and then your cousin trying to see if you come to the baby shower, they trying to send you the link to the baby registry. All that's coming in this same massive email account. Now, some people are smart enough to get us a separate free Gmail for their business. And then what happens with that? You set up all these social media accounts. Now you're getting all of these emails from your Facebook. And then Shaquita then sent this TikTok post, and you trying to see what's going on because you got this notification in your email about that. You got caught. It's so much going on. Even in business, if you got a business email, you're still getting business emails from outside things, other tools you use, other subscriptions you have. So why would you use email for your most important engagement, which is managing the tasks that you got to get done? Like, this is the most important thing in your business, is making sure that you operate efficiently. Separate. Why would you have those things clustered in an email environment? It doesn't make any logical sense. So if you're doing that, stop. Stop. Please, today. Draw that line. I don't care where you are. Stop using email to manage your projects, to manage your operations. Just stop it, stop it, stop it. You will not grow and scale an efficient and effective business in email land. If you are still using email come this time next year and you bobo the food, like, there's no reason why you should be doing that, because there's a lot of tools out here that can streamline that. And I promise you, if you got plans on scaling, if you want to be a business that can operate and sustain and scale, and actually like grow, and eventually you see yourself at a point where you want to bring on more team members and employees and staff up, you don't want to bring people into a land of email. I promise you. Don't make their life hard because you don't want to be efficient. Like, that's just not a smart practice as an entrepreneur and as a business person. So, like I said, we use Podio. We've used Wrike. One of our clients, they use Wrike. Even in Wrike, we went inside of their project management tool
and set up
structure for them and said, this is how we need to use Wrike when you're working with us so that it's consistent. Like we had to kind of set up that. And I enjoy using these kind of tools. I enjoy seeing other people use the tools because it's like paving roads and putting up lights. Like you're literally setting up highways, you're setting up infrastructure, and to see people actually flowing and using your systems and it works, like that's a fulfillment in and of itself. To see operations operating day to day is like a fulfillment of mine.
Because I will say it's beautiful with our with watching them. Like we ain't even got to say, because at one point in time I was like, we had to teach them how to use it. And now it's just like, bloop, bloop, we assigned you to the task. It's everywhere it's supposed to be. Everything is mapped out in Wrike.
Right.
We take everything, all that information from Wrike, and then we come, and because we've set it up so similar to Podio, all we have to do is go into Wrike, drag and drop into Podio, and send it off.
Yeah.
And then
it's
vice versa.
It's beautiful. And then, here's the other thing, right? These tools are important because a lot of them come with an app. So most project management tools have an app. You can download it on your phone, get it on your phone. That way, when you're out and about in these streets and the highways and byways of life, hustling, bustling, you got something in your hand that you can now run business from. Like you don't have to be scrolling through email. So we have the Podio app. Everybody that's working in Podio on our team, they got the app on their phone. A lot of times we're in message mode, just messaging back and forth. Like this such get this. Okay, what's the deadline on this? And it just makes operating more efficiently because we don't have to be sitting in front of a computer screen. We can be where we need to be and see the notification. I get notifications all the time. Here's what's going on. I can go right into the project. I can engage and do what I need to do in regards to that project. It just makes everything so much better. And then another thing I wanted to say too, in terms of like project flow, I had mentioned this earlier, it's just the ability to assign tasks. You can't really assign tasks in an email. I mean, I don't think you can.
No, not seen.
Yeah, to be able to like set a task, put a date and a deadline, give it a title, give it a description, and assign it to whoever you need to assign it to on your team, or even if it's a client, and track tasks like that, that's all in the same space, it's a major key, so task is another thing I think that's important. What else? I've talked about the chat part because the chatting is extremely important too. Slack does this. Slack probably does this the best. It's probably like the best project management chat tool.
Right.
But Podio has a chat tool in it as well. So like we have tons of different chat groups
that
like,
we set up
with
each and every individual, which is a beautiful thing too, because that way, which is very, very important, because when you have a team and you may need to assign it to different people like how we do, that's an easy way for us to check in with them before we just assume that we're going to assign it to whomever we sign it to. It's like, hey, let's go over here and check to make sure Kirby is available. Hey, Kirby, you available today in chat? He's like, yeah, I'm available. Like, cool, bet. And then we bring them on right on into the project. Hey, Kirby, we added you to the project. This is everything that needs to be done. Let us know what you need.
Right.
So yeah, that's
right.
Yeah. So
it just makes communicating so much better.
Easier.
Another thing, like I'm doing my deep dive in Podio because I'm not getting paid for this. This video is not sponsored by Podio, though it should be.
It should
and if anybody watching this video that works for Podio, please send us an email. Our email is hello@fourthpark.com. Shoot us an email because we would love to get some level of endorsement for this video because we are gonna talk Podio up. I want to talk about this too. So inside of Podio, and I know some project management tools may not do this, Podio is structured in a way where you can create these workflows and workspaces. So you can set up a workspace. So we have a workspace called Fourth Park. Inside of the Fourth Park workspace, there are several different types of workflows we can create. And these workflows are really just, they call them like little apps. And these apps are really just workflows. Podio even has its own marketplace inside of it where you can go and look at different types of workflows. Maybe you want to not just do project management. Maybe you want to manage your budgets. Maybe you want to track inventory. Maybe you want to do some research and strategy and you need a situation for that. Maybe you want to keep record of all of your customer information in a place where you can store it. Like we use Podio. So I have a whole nother company that, we're not necessarily talking about on here because it's about Fourth Park. I have whole other company called Enclave Co-Living. It's my real estate company. We provide mid-term and long-term stays for travel nurses, college students, professionals and whatnot. It's a co-living brand. People can book by the room, And we use Podio as well. Like I have all my businesses in Podio and they all have their separate workplaces and workspaces. So inside of the Enclave co-living workspace, we actually are able to, anytime a new resident comes in, we've built out a workflow where we can funnel them in and like actually got everything we need. It's like almost like a customer persona, name, information, when they're moving in, when they move out, their credit score, their monthly income, their employer. All of these are fields that we can enter in and we can track, and then we move them along a certain type of workflow from when they sign their lease, when they pay that first month's rent, when they move in. And that way we can see in one view all the residents that are moved in, all the ones that are moved out, the ones that reached out to us and then dropped the ball, then fill out the application or whatever. Like we can move them over to a co-lead. That's just one workflow inside of a workspace. So there's tons of different type of workflows that can be created. I feel like I have leveled up inside of Podio so much, I could be a certified Podio expert because I've built tons of different types of workflows.
I'm trying to tell you.
That has made us operate our business. It's not just project management. We created all types of workflows to manage anything we want to do. I have a workflow inside of Fourth Park's workspace that's just research. So anytime we have an idea about anything, like what I want to store my notes, I can create a add new note, and I click add new, and it's already built out the form that I want, and I just plug in whatever I need in that form to study and track whatever information I want to keep up with.
We got whole operation manuals inside of Podio.
Right.
It's like Podio is just so universal.
Right.
That anything that you can think of business wise, Podio can handle it. We're just saying that this is the importance of a project management tool.
Right.
This is the importance of like your whole every bit, like it's like what it is, that Red's hot sauce, we put that shit on there. I put that
on
shit on
everything.
We put Podio is it everything.
For me, it's ranch. I put ranch on everything. I don't care what it is. I put ranch in cereal.
It's ranch. It's ranch inside. Look, Tyrell, like that's Tyrell finna cut these cameras off.
Our camera guy, our videographer Tyrell in the back, like he hates ranch. I've never met a man or a person in my life that's hated ranch.
To that extent, right? Like that's crazy. Look, it's ranch right now in our kitchen.
Together.
Right?
He hate ranch.
He finna quit today, man.
Right.
Oh man, but like, yeah, but that's like project management. Like not even just project management, but a project management tool is the utmost importance for, like Antoine said, scaling. I'm saying that was the biggest thing. Scaling and being organized. Because like that's the biggest thing. Like these deadlines come and go. You need to be able to have and see everything in one place as well as run an efficient business. So like if you like he said, if you don't have it today, if you don't have it a year from now, you're messing up, man.
Right.
You're out of alignment.
You're out of alignment.
So
we'll close this out. Last thing I'll say in regards to this, these tools do come at a cost. They all give you, I'm sure, like a free trial period. But there's a little hack. I'm gonna actually share this hack. So if you stayed to the end, I'm gonna give you this little hack.
You got some game. You get some free game. Get some free game.
Some free game. For watching the video. So here's the hack. So we've been using Podio, and at the scale of our team, I have had various people on our team that have come into Podio. We work with a lot of contractors. We brought all these people in, and our account, you would think a lot of these tools, you have to like pay to add on each team member.
Yeah.
We only pay for one particular, just for our account. So I literally pay like $11 a month for Podio. I do all of this and only pay that amount for it. And the reason why is because we don't necessarily bring everybody in on our email. So they charge you if you bring multiple people in using the company email. So everybody's got a Gmail. We just have everybody sign up with just, hey, we invite you to Podio. You sign in with your regular email, because once you get inside, that's all we need for you to plug in.
Right.
That one hack has saved us thousands of dollars, because we would have, over the span of 8 or so plus years, paying $11 times however many person per month.
Team members plus clients.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for clients.
Oh, thank God.
That's the beauty about it.
Ooh, thank God.
I don't think you don't have to pay for clients, because they're like collaborators.
Right.
So they get brought in for free. But that team thing, it would have been several $100s a month by now, just trying to do that. So that's actually a hack for Podio. I'm just throwing it out there. Hopefully they don't come find us and mess with us about that. But I wanted to give that, because there's a way to like get in these type of tools and like structure your world so that it can make sense. And You know, so hopefully you guys will take heed to that. Like I said, let today be the day you draw that line. No more email. No more email. You can go protest emails. No more emails for you and your business.
Hashtag no more emails.
Right, in a project management tool to manage your operations. So,
because you can't work over here with Fort Park if you.
Nah, you can't.
You go there,
let you know. You can't be over here no emails.
You
I'm sorry.
can't come over here, man.
Not today. Not today. So thank you guys for tuning in. So we love that you came in, joined the video. If you are still watching, we would love for you to hit the like button. We love you to subscribe to our video. We love you to share this video with anybody you may know that might need to know like about project management. And if you could, leave us a comment. Tell us about what tools you use, how they work for you. Even if you've had problems with certain tools, I just want to see what people are using out here, because Podio is our thing, but you might know something that might even be better. And we're always looking for ways to be more efficient and more effective. Once again, I'm Antoine.
I'm DeKeldrick.
And we're Fourth Park.